Oh, crap. Right, let's go on with the mission. God, I want to shoot you.
Say, this wouldn't happen to be your ship, would it? Because you sure walked in it like it was your ship. And if this ship is yours, well, mister, you owe Spacer's Choice a hefty fine. Afraid we gotta dock your pay.
Oh, bite me.
Oh, by the law. I'm so sorry. I had no idea we had an inspector coming. If you'd like to speak with my manager, I'd report to Constable Reyes in Edgewater. Edgewater's not too far. Just follow the road east of here, over past the cemetery. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to inspect the crime scene before I make my report.
I'm good at this land shit. Not usually something to brag about. Right, so we'll take a wee look at the map. Just so I don't end up getting lost. Straight down there. Right, so I'm heading down this path. Oh. Hey, buddy. Oh, there's more yous. Shit, the bastard. How did I change to the second weapon? Oh my god, I just wasted that. Oh, what's wrong, buddy? Hey! Just trying to be nice, you dick. Have you got anything good on you? Well, I'm will take that. Yeah, just looking at this town gives me Fallout 3 vibes straight away.
Whoa, hey, where'd you come from?
My parents won't tell me. Suppose I might
Don't
talk
go
to you.
ambling out in those hills. That's marauder territory, friend.
Well, no shit. Just been killing them for the past 5-10 minutes.
Your pod? What are you on about? You take a bruise to the cranium? Ain't safe out here. You'd best head into town. Avail yourself of Edgewater's high walls. And low prices.
I'm just gonna lie.
Acquaintanceship. I'd shake your hand, but I've been hauling corpses. You don't want none of that on you. Name's Silas. Junior in humor for the town of Edgewater. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family.
I don't know if they explain what the Spacer's Choice is yet. If they have, I haven't been listening properly.
Definitely not the junior in humor, that's for sure. If you've got business inquiries, you should stop by Reed Thompson's office. He's up in the tower above the cannery. Head into town, follow the road. Look, you obviously ain't a worker. What's your racket? You a smuggler? Freelancer?
Bit personal.
Edgewater is a company town, board-owned and operated. That includes the cemetery. None of us own our grave sites. We rent them from the company. Renting means money. Money means paperwork. Paperwork means signatures. Some of our families become a mite delinquent in paying their dues, you see?
Sounds like you just want me to rough people up, mate.
4 workers still haven't paid up. Phyllis, Conrad, Ludwig, and Martin Abernathy. He's a special case. You may want to twist his arm a little.
Special case.
Just is. Look, I don't want to get into it. Just make sure he pays up.
Alright, there's clearly something wrong with this guy if you don't want to talk about it.
Conrad's got a barbershop in town. Phyllis works at the cannery most hours. Abernathy... I ain't seen him in a few days. His domicile is near the cannery. You'll find him in town. All except Ludwig, that is. He's over by the landing pad.
Alright, suppose we may go do all this. Alright, let's go into the town first. Completely off topic to the game, but I've been completely wrapped around wrestling. I'm a massive wrestling fan. One of my favourite wrestlers had returned the previous night there, so like my head's half away with it, just taking all information about him, just what he's going to be doing all. It just sums up my childhood, just seeing him come back. This is a cool looking wee town. Well, don't need my gun out. No, so I need to go in here. Put the gun away. What are these here? We take steel. No. Let's go do my shit. Put the gun away.
The grease monkey, Argo?
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir. You asked why it's taking so long to fix. The answer's technical.
Don't... Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself.
He's just got a dodgy looking face, like.
I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform. Yes, so it dawns on me. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
I wonder why with that bad personality.
Only regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But
I'll probably take it
I
anyway.
happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process.
I'd rather fry myself.
Oh, yes. Saw someone put his hands on a regulator while the power was running. His legs were still twitching when we buried him. There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way.
Yeah, I was thinking that. What's he mean by mostly abandoned?
I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there.
Is there more marauders?
The people living in the botanical labs. They're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home.
I'm not their keeper. If you want me to, shut your pen.
Good Lord, no, I don't want you killing anyone, least of all them. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town.
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented and may prove useful to you. You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am trusting you with mine, and trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you if you'd like.
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
I just don't like that guy already. Right, so where the fuck are we going?
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk.
God, I suck. Press X. I press A.
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk.
We are out of the office.
Hey, mister, can we talk? Sorry.
Make your mind up.
Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale. Oh, he ain't a liar. He believes every word he says. It's just,
Liars
he
do.
doesn't always get where other folk are talking from. To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left. I don't know anybody well. I mostly listen to them talk, get my head down. There was a boy named Thomas who used to follow me around, asking questions about the stuff I fixed. He was real sweet to me. Not any sort of dissident. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. It don't seem right to me, mister. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is. Thanks, mister. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways.
Nah, I'm just more impulsive. I just do shit. Make action, talk later. So what's that one? Right, oh, the vicar's over here. The vicar's there. What the fuck's there? Oh, it's our exit. I've clearly went too far.
I've always
Knock,
thought
knock.
it was in here. It's too clean.
You need to clean your chairs, man.
And Ms. Holcomb as well. How rare to see you out. And with a complete stranger. Curious.
Just tagging along, Vicar DeSoto. Don't mind me.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling, this season's tossball predictions, the quickest way out of town.
Tossball just seems like an insult.
But what? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do? Depriving them of safety from the marauders and wildlife. I can see why that troubles you. Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk.
I really want to go to wrap this up, but I feel like I need more information.
Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold.
This just seems like a lot more
If it
effort.
were as easy as a few soothing words in the right ears, I'm sure it would have been done already. Consider it a challenge. If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way to the geothermal plant. It is not as safe as you might assume. One of the reasons I transferred here was to fulfill my duty in hunting down banned heretical texts. I happen to know such a book is, as we speak, tainting a collector's library in Emerald Vale. However, the collector's residence lies outside the town's walls.
So you want me to
My
steal it?
retrieval efforts have been thwarted by marauders who have overrun the property. Should you fare better than me, I'd pay a handsome sum for the book.
You're a vicar, why you ask me to steal?
I just want to keep the writing out of layman's hands. It wouldn't do for such information to fall into public consumption. Glad we see eye to eye. It's a handwritten journal, a faded blue cover with the name M. Bakonu handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Assuming you're serious?
Oh, I'm serious.
Thank you. If you retrieve it,
If it gets me money, I'll
always
do it.
find me here.
Right, let's roll. Some of these people I need to look for in here. Right, where is everyone? So he's out there, so the closest one's 73, 53. Go for the special one. He's probably just going to be very violent or something.
Yes, Mr. Thompson. I'm fine, Mr. Thompson. Never been healthier.
Mate, you're wired.
Whoa, did Mr. Thompson send you? Well, you tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. Tomorrow. Bright and early tomorrow. Because I'm definitely not plagued. As spry as a spring chicken. That's old Abernathy.
You're fucking dying.
You some sort of wandering alienist? Walking into a man's own domicile, pestering him about his mental state?
I care.
You don't know that. I could have been saying anything. Maybe I said vague. You know how words sound a mite strange when you're sick. Wait, no. Oh, damn it. Okay, listen. Maybe I am feeling a little under the weather, but I swear I'm on the mend. Please, don't tell the constable.
You leper.
And become the town pariah? I'm already the oldest worker in town. I don't need to give him another reason to avoid me. Hey,
Just retire.
you're hale and healthy and possibly for hire, ain't you? Do a good turn for an expiring old man. Couple
Well, think
hours
about-
out of your day and some light second story work. That's all. There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old community center. Powerful stuff. Stronger than what we got, anyway. I need you to break in, nab that medicine, and bring it back to me. I'll do what I can.
Give me your money.
You will not find any guards within sight of that old place. Marauders, on the other hand.
There's always marauders.
It is a reality of life in the Vale. Grass is brown, sky is gray. Marauders are outside the walls. So you'll do it then? You
Oh, I
want
thought there was gonna be more to
mingle,
it.
go try the cantina. Silas knows, doesn't he? That's why he sent you. That's why he wants me to pay up. He knows. Look, I got my gravesite fees right here. See? I'm good for my word. Get me that medicine, and I'll see to your payment. I know that, but I got nobody else to turn to. Reed
Then
would
die.
have woke me up. Constable would have locked me up and wrote me up. Could have gone to see the good vicar, but I never did find my courage.
Right? That's his money.
You're making a mistake working for Abernathy.
Who the fuck are you?
Excuse me. I'm Esther Blaine, Spacer's Choice Actuary. I overheard your talk with Abernathy. I hope you're not thinking about getting him that medicine. Abernathy is a
Shit, I
well-known
might.
hypochondriac. Anthracillin is wasted on him. You're better off selling it to me instead. All I'm saying is Abernathy's worked in this town longer than some of us been alive. How do I put this gently? He's got a lot of cobwebs up in his attic.
You mean he's mentally fucked?
I probably shouldn't tell you. Don't want you implicated for what I'm trying to do. Alright, here's a summary. A lot of sick people in this town, and we don't have the medicine to treat them all. Can't reach out to corporate without crossing a river of red tape, so I'm reaching out to you. I'm paid better than Abernathy. Whatever he's giving you, I will do you one better. That's all I can ask of you.
Right, let's go get the rest of the money first. So we'll go to this guy. Who? Conrad. I'm assuming he's in here.
Oh, I cut my own hair. But Conrad sells real good disinfectant.
What has that got to do? Hang on, he's a barber.
Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably crawling with germs. Physical hygiene
Dick.
recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness is next to lawfulness. No, thank you. That's quite all right. I've seen enough body parts in my line of work. I'm Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails to meet Spacer's Choice aesthetic standards. You will also report to me in the event of your death, whereupon I will
Hi.
and prepare your remains for interment. Ah, gravesite fees. Silas and I had talked about this at length. I thought I'd made it clear my pecuniary situation precludes the necessary restitutions.
What's that in layman's terms? Like something simple.
As broke as pie crust, friend. Bidless, indigent, destitute. I simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the prosperity of our fair settlement. When I expire, I expect Silas to toss my body into a ditch. With what? My own blood? Tell Silas
Well, that'll do.
I can't afford to pay. And that I fully expect to have my medical rights revoked for this dereliction. With my apologies. Some time ago, I fell ill with the plague. By the grace of the law, and through my own hard work, I'd proven worthy of treatment. Frankly, I don't imagine I'll earn that right a second time. The barber work hasn't been profitable, you see. I've had to keep this old place running with my own savings.
Shit one.
Not a bad idea. But I'd need some kind of collateral. My pair of lucky clippers. No, that won't do. Your idea intrigues me, but I'm afraid I don't have anything to give Silas. I'm open to suggestions. Much obliged.
I thought you were supposed to be clean. You look like you just butcher your customers. Where's the exit? Kinda wish I didn't go in here now. Is that a saw? So tempted to steal stuff. He shot himself.
What can I do for you? You know about Eugene? How?
I'm a
You
mind
were
reader.
probably poking around my things. I really shouldn't leave my letters sitting out in the open. Eugene's golden teeth were a family heirloom.
representing 3 generations of poor dental hygiene. He took them to his grave. That's unthinkable. Eugene's body and all rare earth minerals contained therein are solely the property of Spacer's choice. I can't ask Silas to dig up a man's body and pry a few teeth loose from his jaw just to pay my bills. Can I?
Are
You
you
sound like you're
asking
considering it.
rhetorically? Because if you're being serious... Ugh, gross.
Desperate measures, Miss Holcomb. Desperate measures. I'm going to have to ask Silas to dig up those teeth. It's the only way I'm paying my gravesite fees. Here you are. Gravesite papers affixed with my signature and an IOU.
Right, that was painful. Right, we'll get Phyllis. So that letter he sent to him was connected. So I wonder if that'll come into play for him. I'll have to go back in here. Hey, buddy.
You the new worker? Whatever. Make it quick, Tenderfoot. I'm busy. Shit. Silas still on about that. Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Reed I was late on my payment. Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid the bill.
Oh, Eugene.
I could do without the sarcasm. Wasn't acting out of the goodness of my heart. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative, which meant me. Shame, though. Eugene was a good worker. Woke up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Can't imagine why. The kid was doing all right at his desk. We all thought he was an upstanding receptionist. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Spacer's choice handguns aren't the most reliable. Not half as awful as the bill Eugene left us with. Suicide's a crime. The legal term is
What?
irreparable damage to company property. What Eugene did to himself was vandalism.
So he vandalized his head all over the wall. What?
First of all, that's a horrible thing to say. Secondly, yes, we did. When one of your workers commits a crime, the entire town pays for it. In other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset, we would have had to pay out of pocket to Spacer's choice. Well, excuse you. I'll have you know, Eugene was an asset to us all. May his atoms be commended to the law. All I know is Silas asked me for Eugene's gravesite fees, which means he was approved for burial, which means his papers went through, which means the town's in the clear. I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me. Eugene can rest his bones in peace, and the rest of us can get on with our own lives.
You're so caring. So guys, how many of you have actually played this game? And what did you think of it? So far I'm enjoying it. Still don't know half the controls, but I'm enjoying it. That's a big fish. Hang the fuck on. I'm not walking the whole way around. I'm really enjoying like this like old style artwork they've got going on. Like referring back to Fallout 3, one of my favourite things was like the old style radio. Don't know why, I absolutely just loved it. Shit, I didn't do anything there. Right, more ranged. Dialogue. Leadership. Tech. 2 melee. I feel like sneaking will need to get used more. I'll throw one in defense. There we go. That's that sorted. Hey, buddy.
When I was little, we'd get freighters in every Sunday noon. Now they only come but once a month.
Oh my god, I don't care.
Thank the law. I've been requisitioning backup for months. Guess the boss finally came to his senses. You ever swung a truncheon? Let me see your rifling stance. I want to make sure you're up to snuff. I told Silas I'd pay my dues if he agreed to join the resistance. Guess this means he's finally heard the calling.
Probably not.
I'm talking about mechanical soldier. Cold, heartless automatons made of iron and lies. That's right. That's what I've been saying. We gotta square our shoulders and stand ever vigilant. Auto-mechanicals. Creatures forged in the fires of malevolence. I seen them over by the old power plant, clattering about, firing at the birds, orchestrating their uprising.
You're somewhat short of a picnic, aren't you?
Hanging on over that hill, where will you be? Cowering beneath your cot? Or standing shoulder to shoulder with the resistance?
Probably in my bed sleeping.
Go on. I'm Ludwig Miller, Associate Security Officer for Transportation. Officially, unofficially, strictly between you and me, I am the only thing standing between Edgewater and total annihilation.
You're screwed then.
I've been gathering up a war chest over the years. Saw tuna cans mostly, some Spacer's chaw, a few bit cards. I'll reward you for your aid. Enlistment fees. Yeah, I suppose. Wouldn't want to give the Resistance a bad name. They have sent a scout, prowling around the junkyard just behind our beloved town. This scout must not be permitted to return to its base of operations. Cross it off, then report back. Mechanical's got a weak spot in their midsections. I think the technical term is, the blue glowy square thing.
Ah, that. Right, we'll report back to Silas. Then I think we'll end it for this part of the video. Like I said, so far I'm enjoying the game. Can I go around instead of having to go through a town? Or is it just going to be pure awkward? Oh no, we got a path. Happy days. Silas, I got your money. And of course there's a dead end. Why wouldn't it be a dead end? Reminds me of Jan's Causeway. Oh my god, I'm stuck.
Okay, keep it quiet.
I'm not gonna lie, she creeped the hell out of me when she whispered that. I should have just done this to begin with.
Hey, Miss Parvati. Come for a visit?
Not today. Just helping this fella.
This fella has a name.
Lovely to see you about, Miss Parvati.
Things going all right, Silas?
Been keeping him careful and true, miss. Best to ask her yourself.
My dad's buried here. Silas watches over him when I can't leave the house. Oh. Well, thanks.
Something I can do for you? You run into any trouble? Reliable work from a freelancer. That's gonna take some getting used to. And I'll buy you a drink sometime. Suppose you've earned it. One good turn deserves another. Abernathy was sick? With the plague? That's disgusting. I shook hands with the guy. What? No. If I knew he was sick, I would have had him reported. I needed his cheese
Oh,
with
shit.
his name. A for Abernathy. He was at the top of my list, you see? Yeah? Yeah?
Oh no, wrong thing. What was I trying to say about digging up Eugene?
And nary a word of complaint out of your clients. Yeah? What about him? Yeah. Funny thing, Eugene's body ain't where it's supposed to be. The night we was supposed to commend his body to the earth, I had his grave all dug up and ready, right? And so I thought, I'll just rest my eyes a bit. When I woke up, his body was gone. Spirited away. Vanished. The footprints nearby suggested that Eugene was stolen by marauders. Or he rose from the dead. Let me know if you find anything.
So I'm looking for a stolen body. Well, on that note, I'm going to end it here. Thank you guys if you stuck around to the end here watching this. If you have enjoyed the video, please leave a like, share the video even if it's with 2 people, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you.
I've been making loot since like 22. Ask me how I made it right here in the booth. I'm always pursued cause of what I pursue. That's greatness, yeah, I gotta make it, I got things to lose. Boy, wanna get in my crew, but you can't get